Hey everyone, my name is John, and today what I wanted to do was give some love to the artists of Marvel Snap, which are bringing us some crazy good looking artwork for us to enjoy. We get those variants that are amazing looking, and we just want to get the newest one and the newest one, or our favorite ones. So we wanted to, today, I wanted to appreciate even more those artists that, at least on my end, are my top 10. So this is my top 10 list of artists. I'm probably going to give you two honorable mentions because they're so good that it was kind of hard to actually make this list. And I try not to make my number one, in order of how I preferred it, but it was hard. So I give you my top 10 best artists and my top 10 favorite artists of Marvel Snap. If you're in the island of Puerto Rico and you're looking for a fantastic weekend, then look no further than the Puerto Rico Comic-Con. The Puerto Rico Comic-Con is an event that happens once a year for 3 straight days. That's Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday. This particular year is going to be happening in April 7th, 8th, and 9th, and we have a fantastic time. Just like the San Diego Comic-Con, this is the one from Puerto Rico, and you'll be having a great time going to booths, seeing everybody dressed up as their favorite character, and also visiting artists such as the famous penciler and comic book artist Ariel Oliveri, known for Daredevil, X-Men, Space Ghost, and Punisher War Journal. We're also going to have special guest stars like Christina Ricci, known for Wednesday, Sleepy Hollow, and the Addams Family, and Gabriel Luna, known for playing Tommy in The Last of Us, the Terminator in Terminator Dark Fate, and also Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And last but not least, we have Tom Sturridge, known for Velvet Buzzsaw, Three-Way Junction, and Netflix own The Sandman. If you're looking for more information, please go to the prcomiccon.com website where you can find the tickets for the event for the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And if you want to take some photos with the artists, you can also find tickets for the photo booth. Now, if you want more information, please contact us at the same location. And you can take a look at our hero system, which is the greatest backpack that you can find for all the events of Comic-Cons that you can go to. And you'll see why it is a great backpack. You just hit that play on the video that you will see in the website and it will show you exactly why. So get your ticket, and I hope you have a great weekend at the Puerto Rico Comic-Con. So at number 10, I got Ivan Tao. Now, these two cards, I am not quite sure if they have been released, but they look so amazing. It looks so amazing because this is Lady Sif and Thor Venomized. It's incredible. I don't know how the imagination can stretch this long, but I just wish I could have these cards because I do play Lady Sif a lot in our discard. Thor, every now and then I get to use him, but at least if I would have this collection, I'll be psyched. Now at number 9, I have Joey Quesada with the colorist David Mack, which has been coloring these variants with watercolors, which look amazing. Right now, out of these two, actually Daredevil is my favorite out of both of them, but they both look amazing. So I would really love for the artist Joey to actually continue making more art like this, because I play this Daredevil all the freaking time. Now, I haven't seen Jessica Jones in the game just yet. I haven't had a rotation where I can actually see this one. I'm pretty sure it's already in the game. If it's not, can't wait to get it. Kale Noob. Hopefully I actually pronounced that name correctly, but I have Kale Noob, and let me tell you something. There are so many artworks from this one that I've wanted to have. Like, for example, the Venom with the wrestling title is so good. It's so good that I actually regret not purchasing it when I had the chance, but I was actually saving it for someone else, and I completely forgot who it was at that time. But I was going to get also the Miles Morales, but the one that I really want, who is my favorite superhero in this one, is actually Spider-Man, as you can see from the screen. And It's amazing. It's amazing artwork. The colors are great. Cable, I believe, I haven't seen him just yet, but these are fantastic, and I have him as my number 8. Alex Horley. These are actually really good. The most paintings that he's had, I mean, the most artwork actually. Well, they're kind of paintings also. Yeah, but the most ones that he has done is the one that was in the Jurassic era when we were releasing. I believe it was. I said, why did I forget the name of this? Oh, Zabu, of course. He got nerfed. That's why I forgot. His paintings. I keep saying paintings. They just look so good. They just look so good. That's why I keep saying paintings. They're really good. Dracula, Devil Dinosaur, and Zabu, because Zabu was part of the season pass when it actually released. Oh, and Khazar, of course. I have Khazar. So the only ones coming up at that given time when they released, I didn't purchase them because I wanted to save my gold, which, with good reason. If you wanted to save your goals at that given point, yes, I would have advised it, because there are probably more things coming. And then, with the rotation of the shop, you can actually just get them in the future, or maybe even when you upgrade your level, you can get them in a collector's reserve. Now, in my number 6, I have In-Hyuk Lee. In-Hyuk Lee is, oh my goodness. I really wish that these cards were in more of a frequent rotation, but I can tell you right now that by just looking at the artwork, these cards all cost 1,200 gold. All of them, because they look so amazing. These could be the super rares that almost never come out. And I can tell you right now that my favorite one of all of them is actually Venom, because Venom is actually posing as one of my favorite poses in Spider-Man comic book, which I have the variant of Spider-Man posing exactly the same, but with comic book coloring, exactly how in the cover of the comic book is. My second favorite card out of him is actually the Thanos. So if it was up to me, I would get all of them, but the most craziest one that I think would be out of just pure effect, it would be the Human Torch, because all that fire. I mean, I have Robbie Reyes of Ghost Rider, and he looks amazing just in red. I didn't even want to upgrade him even further, because the yellow border of the card looks so good. Imagine how Human Torch would look when you just leave him in yellow. So it's kind of hard for you wanting to upgrade a card when the border actually looks really good along with the card. But yes, I have In-Hyuk Lee at my number 6. Now for this one, I actually wanted to also add it in my number 6. I know it's only one per level, but it's kind of hard to actually just choose real him, or I can use them as an honorable mention, which, you know what, let's actually do that. Let's use this as an honorable mention between the number 6, which I had a battle between In and Fiona, which here it is, the artist Fiona C. Hopefully I said that right. Now I really love how these look, because these look like they are from a particular belief, like a religion. They look kind of religious, because if you look Bass look like a spiritual animal, and Carnage as well. Like these paintings, these not even water paintings, I can't quite make out how we can actually define them in terms of the coloring, because I'm not an expert in colors, but they do look like they're like symbols from the zodiac signs. That's the best thing I could define them with. It's like they're like zodiac sign monsters, like your spiritual beast. You know how people ask, what's your spiritual beast? They look like this. Now for number 5, I have Kim Jacinto, and Kim Jacinto's art looks incredible. Like this looks like it actually came from a particular animated cartoon from Japan, but it's not an anime. I mean, it kind of is like an anime. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a new show that came out from Star Wars. I think this was about 2 years ago or a year ago, where there was so many mixed of art details and on art crafts from different artists in this show, that I believe this same artwork was shown there, and it feels like it came out from there. Everybody got the ability to get the Apocalypse when it came out in the big bundle, because this is the Apocalypse that came out in the big bundle, the very first big bundle that actually came out. So I got it. Right now I have the Carnage, and I believe I have the Silver Surfer, because that came as the 50th level card that you would get when you reach the 50th level in the season pass. Plus Shang-Chi, I actually purchased it when I saw him in the store. I did see Human Torch, but I didn't purchase it because I kind of didn't use it as much. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to just buy every single card that I see. I'm just trying to buy them if I use them enough, because it's great to have a collection, but if they're just gonna be there and you're not gonna touch them, I mean, if you're the opposite, then that's kudos for you. But I'm trying to purchase the cards that I'm really going to be using, unless it's like a die-hard comic book type of card that I really love, like Spider-Man, then yes. But this is the reason why I have Kim Jacinto at this level, because they all look amazing, and he already has enough artwork for him to be up there and to be considered one of my favorites. Now for number 4, and I hope this is the artist that I'm thinking about, because it definitely looks like his art. It's Jim Lee, the famous Jim Lee from DC and Marvel Comics. I'm pretty sure it is, because it definitely looks like it, and I'm gonna tell you, all his artwork that I have seen right now, that I'm seeing right now, is the X-Men from the 90s. The X-Men from the 90s TV show. Now, I know that earlier there was a bundle of a Rogue and a Gambit that said it's from the 90s, but I'm not quite sure what 90s shows that was. Or 90s. They probably just did a design that would look like a 90s person, how they would be dressing up, but it's not the 90s cartoon. This artwork is actually the 90s cartoon. My favorite out of all of them is actually Magneto, how he, is already looking dominant, and Storm, even the Sentinel, that people are now going to be using it more because Master Mold is going to be coming out at any given point now, which maybe I'm making a video separate to that, maybe, don't quote me on it, but we already have seen Colossus, we already have seen Cyclops in the cycle, but I haven't seen the rest, so I wish I would have them, but they look amazing already. They look amazing, and I already see how Bishop would look in a 3D, and even Angel, but of course this is the actual 90s team. Now I wish they would all have synergy with each other, that way I could put an X-Men deck just like that. Then you can put a few here and there, but again, Jim Lee, probably one of the greatest artists out there, so this is why I have him at this level. Now this is where it gets really tough. I have 4 artists left with 3 positions left as well, and one of them is going to be an honorable mention, but they still have the same impact. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give an honorable mention to this artist, because it was pretty hard to actually put him in between, and the only reason why this artist is not in a actual number or actual level is because there aren't enough cards yet for me to actually put him in that place. But without further ado, his name is Jason Kong. So Jason Kong has had so many great art that I actually saw throughout, Google and all that searching. But in the game, the best artwork that he has had right now is actually the Ghost Rider that I've seen that comes up in the shop and costs like 1,000,000 tokens, which looks amazing. And you can see it right here on the screen. We also have the Red Skull, which I'm not quite sure if he has been released yet. And this is pretty much what's called the fantasy category. When I looked it over, the Ghost Rider, the Red Skull, the Typhoid Mary, the Juggernaut, is actually in the fantasy section. So as you see, he actually also made the Atuma and the Namor of the Wakanda Forever movie, which they look really, really good. And I really appreciate this art because it's directly taken from the movie. And hopefully, if this this is a thing, he could actually do the artwork for other characters from the previous Marvel movies, which that would be fantastic. But what I'm mostly interested on is the fantasy category that he has made, which is insanely looking fantastic. It looks like it. I know I said this before, but if this was a painting like the Mona Lisa, I would definitely buy it and put it on my wall. Please, is there a way where we can find this to actually put it in our walls? Please. Bro, you would have been my number one if it had probably like 10 or 12 already. But Jason Kong, my honorable mention between 3 and 2. Now for the official number 3 spot, and let me tell you guys, I know I probably said this before, but it really gets harder from here, because for the sake of the video, that's why I have number 1, 2, and 3, but I love them all the same, the first 3. But in my 3rd place, I have Peach Momoko. Oh my goodness. You know, Peach Momoko's art is so out there, so 3-dimensional, so vibrating, so full of life, and designed to present how that character actually is made of and supposed to be, and his aura. Everything in the artwork. I'm probably sounding like I should have put this at first, so course correct me, but this probably would have been the first. I think it should be. The way that I'm expressing myself, it should have been the first. But we'll leave it at 3rd just for now. But like I said, I love all of these cards the same, all these artists the same, because... And my freaking alarm is interrupting me. Oh my gosh. But right now we just got released the Mystique. The Mystique, if you guys have seen my Twitter, if you guys seen my posts, and when I posted it on Marvel Snap so they could see that this is amazing, I was bragging about this card so much because when you look at it, you can look at it in the screen right now, but when you look at it in the game, it's a completely different type of monster in a fantastic way, where the art just is consuming in your brain. It's like, how do you comprehend this? And I literally told them, please give me more of this, because I'm gonna go broke for all this artwork. Peach Momoko, number 3, but really number 1. All right, at number 2, but really number 1, I also have Giulio Rincione. Giulio Rincione, oh gosh, I can really tell that this guy is from the East, because and I don't want to, I'm not throwing trash at anybody at all whatsoever. It's just me making a calculated thought, and it's that this artwork literally represents what Eastern Europe's artwork has been from the late 1800s. This is exactly how they would look. And not just him, my first one also represents something like that, because this actually looks like Da Vinci, like Pablo Picasso. This looks like I forgot the name of the artist that actually created the woman with the pearl earrings. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna place it down here. But this artwork looks exactly like that. And this is why I love it. This is my favorite type of art that I would want. I've been waiting to actually get the Morbius, because Morbius, I use it a lot. Like I said, I'm trying to get cards that I constantly am using. Like if I don't use the card as much, even though I love it so much, I'm not gonna get it unless I love it to the point where I need to get it. But yes, like Death, I would love to have it because I use that deck a lot. A Hobgoblin, I don't use him, but it is from my favorite. It's one of my favorite villains from my favorite superhero, which is Spider-Man. So I would love to have it. Orca, I don't use him at all, but I feel like my finger would probably trigger to get him just because of the colors. But he looks amazing. And Brute, of course, Brute, everybody uses him in the Silver Surfer deck, so that is pretty much a staple on any Silver Surfer deck, so anybody can use him, so you're going to be constantly using that card. So if you have him, you can use him, as well as Maximus. Actually, now that I think about it, Maximus can be used also in the Silver Surfer deck. So yeah, and and Zero, with our new, you know, Shuri Red Skull combination, you can use him. So yeah, this is where I have Giulio Rincione. And at my number one, and he's been my number one since day one. Since I actually started playing Marvel Snap, I've seen his artwork and I've really enjoyed it so much that I try to get every single card that I have, because it also kind of resembles the Eastern Europe type of art that has been done throughout decades, and that's the type of artwork that I really love. And it is Artgerm. Artgerm has shown me that he's amazing. He's amazing just drawing, and like I said, that's why my first three, my last three, my 1, 2, and 3 were going to be really hard to actually just pick and put in the first place, because these are my top 3, and these 3 are the ones that I love the most. And if I could put all of them together, if that 1, 2, 3 spot didn't exist, it would be just one. I mean, it kind of doesn't have to, but for the sake of putting them in place, that's why they're there. But like I said, all 3 are my number ones. Now, right now, I have Captain Marvel, I have Arrow, I have Invisible Woman, and I believe I have the White Queen. I'm not quite, I gotta check again. I have Scarlet Witch. I'm waiting for Carnage. I've had the opportunity to actually get Doctor Doom, but same reason, I don't use him as much, so I kind of hesitate to actually get him. The only way that I could actually, you know what? The only way that I could actually get Doctor Doom is if at least Doctor Doom himself would go up on power, and you can leave the bots. You can leave the bots at the same level at 5, but if he can go up in power, I think I might try it. Some people might think that's way too much. I understand, but I'm seeing the only place where I can use him is with Patriot. I used to use him before when leader was a thing, but not anymore. I actually don't use him at all in any given deck. So, you know, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, you know, you could try and use a Shuri, Doctor Doom, and then you get the bots on the side. But maybe I'm onto something. I don't know. But yeah, Artgerm, my number one. I love his artwork. Same thing, Eastern Europe type of style. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, let me know what you thought about this. Who is your favorite artist in Marvel Snap? Because I know there's a bunch of art and I miss most artists, but I did my research. I was trying to get all the artists that I could put together and then get them from 1 to 10. That's why this video took a little bit long to actually come out, or even put a video out, because I was really wanted to give appreciation to the artists in the game, because we get so involved in actually appreciating, of course, Second Dinner, because they're the creator of the game, and that's fantastic, and thank you so much for this game that you've brought us. But you know, we want to appreciate the art because they are the ones that are also getting compensation for, you know, creating this into our game, and for us to have a fresh game and a fresh card every single week. So I wanted to give some appreciation. Now, in my next video, hopefully, if you guys would like to watch it, I'm going to have my top 20 cards, my top 20 variants. So stay tuned for that. Please let me know if this video you liked it and you would like to see more videos like this, giving some more appreciation to artists. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to watch more videos of us, click on that notification bell so that you get notified when we actually have videos. We would really appreciate it. Liking the video would just share it with the world right there, and even with the artists, because I want the artists to see how I appreciate it and we appreciate their hard work to create this art for us. So thank you guys so much again. Stick around for the next video, and remember, you guys are the legacy.